Hey, Darcy from Newfoundland. Thank you so much. I love that paradise. Darcy's here from Paradise. I love it. All right, with that, let's go ahead. It is time to get things going. And real quickly, let me go ahead and mute everybody out one last time. And there you have it. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Travis Flaherty, and I'm very excited to share this information with you tonight. This is an opportunity that recently came across my desk, and I have to tell you that it was something that I just couldn't ignore. And the more and more that I share this story, in fact, I just finished this presentation about 15 minutes ago. I've been back to back telling this story all day. And I'm just getting more and more excited about it as time goes on. So I'm excited about the cryptocurrency markets in general, but it always, I haven't always been that way. It's funny because I first heard about Bitcoin a little over a year ago. I had some friends that reached out to me, and they told me that I needed to get in on what was happening. And at that time, I think Bitcoin was probably a few $100s. And I just immediately shut it down. I was just like, you know what, digital currency, what's that? Never heard of it before. And here's the funny thing about that. I am a network marketing professional. I've been doing this full time for 11 years. And I teach people, like my job is this is what I always tell people, look, the most expensive thing of all is a closed mind, right? And yet this came along and immediately I just I shunned it, wasn't interested. And then a couple of months later, it came back and somebody else told me about it. And this time the value had gone up to close to $1,000. And I remember the feeling thinking, man, I should have gotten in on that. So I started observing at that point. And then what happened is it went from 1,000 to 2,000. And then I thought, well, gosh, if I would have just got in on 1,000, there's no way I'm going to get in now. I mean, it's way, it's already overinflated. There's no way I'm getting involved. And then it went to 3,000. And I played this game of fear, dictating my emotions. I didn't want to get in because I thought it was too late. And then, of course, it just kept going, and 4 and 5 and 6, and it went up. And then at one point it was up at 20. And, now it's come back down, and we're seeing market corrections, which we always do in the market. They're actually good things. And there's, great opportunity on both sides of the coin if you know what you're doing. And so, I went from being a skeptic to observing to being interested to dabbling to now believing that cryptocurrency is the future. And my personal opinion is that crypto's here to stay. It's here to stay because it's faster, it's cleaner, it's more accessible, it's harder to counterfeit, it's cheaper, it's free of government oversight for now, and it gives you the ultimate control over your money. Now, some of you that are on this presentation tonight, I promise you, I know, because you're probably where I was a year ago, you're thinking, well, what is cryptocurrency? So my goal tonight is to give you a little bit of an education of the history of cryptocurrency. I'm going to talk a little bit tonight about how people are making money in the cryptocurrency market, some different techniques, how you can start learning, and some of the what I believe are the most powerful and effective ways to be able to capitalize on what's happening in the digital currency market right now. I want to start with a disclaimer. This is important. Number one, we always want to protect the house. Number two, it's very important that you understand that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a broker. I'm not a dealer. These are all my opinions. Past performance doesn't dictate future performance. Anytime that you're getting involved or putting money into anything, there's always going to be risk. There's no guarantees. Mining profitability depends on the current price and difficulty of the currency being mined. So we're going to talk about all these things tonight. Now, why do I put this up? Because, there's so many right now. There's this big FOMO. Anybody know what FOMO is? FOMO is fear of missing out. Everybody, they know somebody that's in the cryptocurrency markets or making money. They don't want to miss out, but they just don't understand it. So because of that, you also have a lot of companies that come in that take advantage of that FOMO. And so we've seen a number of companies in the last couple of months that have come into the network marketing space especially, and they were shut down by the SEC. They were doing things that were unethical, things like pulling funds and offering guarantees. And, they were telling people that they were mining, but really it was just the new money coming in the door was paying the old people that were already in the business. And when they were hard pressed to actually provide proof of mining, they couldn't do it. In fact, one company went as far as to say, oh yeah, here's the pictures of our mining company. And then this Genesis Mining came back and said, wait a second, that's our mining company. And no, we don't even know you. We're not doing business with you, nor would we ever do business with you. And so real quickly, that company got shut down as well. So why do I share that with you? Because anytime that there's a problem, entrepreneurs get paid to solve problems. The bigger the problem that we solve, the more money that we make. And anytime there's a problem, there's also an opportunity that goes along with that. And right now, there is a tremendous opportunity for a company to come into the cryptocurrency markets and do it right, to be the white hat in this space. And that's exactly what we're doing. So let me give you a little bit of a background. So first of all, the company name is Kuvera. This is a 4-year-old company, but it's a rebrand. So the company is known as Wealth Generators for the last 4 years. Some of you might have heard of them before. They're a small to mid-sized company. They're doing about $1 million a month in sales. The number one market was Mexico. So small to mid-sized company. What's happening is that a team of individuals have come together to completely rebrand this company. What we liked about the company was the fact that they had, customer service. They're doing business in 50 countries around the world. They're publicly traded, which is great because anytime you're dealing with cryptocurrency, the word transparency is very important. So everything is recorded on, recorded on the SEC, and all of the transactions are on the public ledger. So we liked all of those things. But what we wanted to do is we wanted a company that focused 100% just on cryptocurrency. We wanted to provide a safe, legal, and ethical environment for people that want to get involved in cryptocurrency, whether it's the education side, the mining side, or even the network marketing side. They could come and they could feel safe and know that that company isn't going anywhere. We're providing crypto education. There's a big gap right now. I did a survey on Facebook recently. And I just asked, I said, look, I'm curious where my Facebook friends stand. I've gone from being a skeptic to being, very excited about the cryptocurrency markets. Are you somebody that is A, completely skeptical, turn and run? B, are you somebody that wants to learn more? C, are you just dabbling? Or D, are you all in? Not going to miss this. And it was interesting because 80% were B and C. 80% were people that either said, look, I want to learn more, or I'm dabbling in this space. And most people that I'm talking to say the same thing. Look, I need to understand it a little bit better. So we're providing that education. We're filling that gap. And we're also providing state-of-the-art mining equipment. We're going to get into that tonight. One of the things that we do that's very unique is we actually provide proof of mining to all of our customers. We have a 1-to-1 ratio. For every customer, they get assigned their actual own equipment. We give them the serial number of that equipment, and at the end of our lease, we actually show them, we give them a report of that particular unit, all of the coins that it's mined, so that they can rectify what they've been paid into their coin wallet every single day. So these are the things that we're doing to go over and beyond to make sure that we separate ourselves from some of the craziness that's going on. We aren't offering any guarantees. Any company that's offering a guarantee, turn and run. We're not pulling funds, which simply means we're not raising capital on the front end with the hopes to go buy equipment. That's illegal. That's considered a security if you're doing that. So you'd have to be a licensed broker. So, some of these, and by the way, some of these companies, if you just go look and try and figure out who the owners are, you can't even, there's no owners. You can't figure out who's involved at all. And so what I love is we've got owners that have been around for 20 years. These guys have been in the financial education industry for quite some time. And you have some of the most prolific network marketers in the world that are coming together on this rebrand to launch this company. So headquartered in Salt Lake City. Now, what are people saying about the future of digital currency? Well, Bill Gates says the future of money is digital currency. So let's talk a little bit about the beginning. Let's go, where did it first start? Bitcoin was born back in 2008. It's the first decentralized currency. What does that mean? It means that no one controls it. Think about just the US dollar. Who controls the US dollar? Who controls our currency? The Federal Reserve does. We trust the banks and the central authorities with our money, and they have complete control over it as to what amount needs to be printed and circulated. And in most cases, there's nothing transparent or federal about these secretive or these central authorities. So cryptocurrency is the idea that we can take back power and control of our own money, and we can transact in a better way. Think about it. If I were to send you, let's say, a $50,000 wire right now, it would probably take a couple of days to get to you because it's got to go through a number of different regulatory agencies. If I were to go into the bank and try and withdraw $10,000, will they just give it to me, or do I have to actually fill out a bunch of forms first? I have to fill out a bunch of forms first, right? So this whole cryptocurrency, the idea is it provides us with a currency and a payment network that we can control ourselves, and we don't have to rely on any single entity to create or to help us to transact. And it's all about having an open ledger. It's all about transparency. So who are some of the people that are getting involved? Well, you probably have heard of some of these companies: Expedia, Microsoft, Tesla, eBay. Some of the owners of these companies are some of the biggest thought leaders in the world today. Elon Musk, Tesla, think about that. So why do I show you this? Because it validates that if they believe that cryptocurrency is a real currency, it validates what's happening in this space. And of course, now cryptocurrency is in 96 countries around the world, with a current market cap that's now gone well over $800 billion. Just to put that into perspective, if you look at the US dollars currently in circulation, you have about $1.5 trillion in circulation. There's already over 800 or close to $800 billion of cryptocurrency in circulation after a few years. Just after a few years. Many believe that cryptocurrency will overtake the US dollar as far as circulation goes in the next year. So if that happens, and we continue to see companies like Amazon, for example, that was just recently bought up a number of domains focused around cryptocurrency, or Howard Schultz, who came out this week, the founder of Starbucks, and said, look, we believe digital currency is the future. We're going to accept it. And you know what? You probably will even see a Starbucks coin in the future. If they think that, and this is where companies are going, and there's already this much circulation, doesn't it make sense that you learn about it and at the same time figure out how to capitalize on it? To give you some other examples, Coinbase is the largest and the most popular place to buy and sell Bitcoin. There's over 12 million users in Coinbase. They're adding $50,000 to $100,000 per day. To put that into perspective, that has more users than the Schwab brokerage. That's crazy. And of course, you have people like Goldman Sachs that are even admitting that Bitcoin is real money. Let me ask you a question. Does anybody recognize these two guys? Do they look familiar to anybody? Some of you guys? Some of you are shaking your head yes. What do you think? Well, what about now? Do they look familiar now? You probably recognize this, maybe a movie, The Facebook. Do you remember that movie where, the Winklevoss brothers, they came up with this concept called Facebook, and Mark Zuckerberg kind of ran with that concept and idea. Well, the Zuckerberg brothers were eventually, Facebook settled with them, and they made a tremendous amount of money. Where do you think that they decided to put their money? Now, these are Harvard graduates, right? These guys came up with the idea of Facebook. They decided to put their money into cryptocurrency, mathematical framework that's free of politics and human error. And as a result of that, they've now earned billions of dollars in this space. They actually started their own coin, and it's the first coin to reach the NASDAQ. So it's actually being traded on the NASDAQ. There's a number of different ways that you can make money in cryptocurrency. Over the last year, buy and hold is quite popular. People buy coin and they look for dips, or they try and get in early and hope that over time that the coin is going to go up in value. You can trade it, which is intensive. It requires a little bit more knowledge and knowing when to buy and when to sell. ICOs, which are companies that, they're launching a coin with the idea or the hope to raise capital. And you can go in and you can research, the track record and performance of the owners. You can look at their white papers and look at the vision and make a decision if you want to get involved. And in some cases, you can actually pick up, pennies on the dollar, coin for pennies on the dollar, and hope that it dramatically goes up. And then there's mining. Mining is my favorite, simply because it's hands-off, and there are some definite benefits. The question is what does all of this mean for you with crypto? Well, first of all, I want you to understand that you're not late to the party. A lot of people think, oh my gosh, I just missed out. Bitcoin, it's already gone up and it started to come back down. What you need to understand is that Bitcoin it shares the stage with over 1,400 other coins. The analogy that I would give you is go back to 1995 when the internet just launched. And you know what? No one understood it. It was confusing. A lot of people said that it was a fad. But here's what happens. Anytime that something comes along that disrupts the status quo. So what happens is you have, first and foremost, the skeptics, people oppose anything that changes or disrupts the way that things have been done before. So I'll give you an example. If you go back into history, sometimes things were violently opposed. Anytime that, things were changed or religion was challenged, those type of things, they were violently opposed. But here's what happens over time. First, things are violently opposed, not always violently. And then all of a sudden you have the early adapters. And the early adapters come along and they say, that actually isn't such a bad idea. And they start to see the vision. And it's those early adapters that get involved and they help further the cause, but they're also the ones that make the most money. And then, of course, the masses then follow suit. And we've seen this over and over again. The internet was another perfect example of that. And so what I'm here to tell you is the wealthiest cryptocurrency players have yet to get involved. And you can profit a number of different ways: by trading, by providing technology, by facilitating transactions, buying to hold, and more globally. And some of these require some time. Some of them require resources, and all of them require knowledge. For me personally, in business, I like proven, predictable systems that remove the human error component. Those of you that know me know that I'm a systems guy. I've built network marketing organizations around the world, and it's always about simplicity and duplication. I like simple, and I like to work smart, not hard. At this age, where I'm at this age, I'm 41, but where I'm at today, I'm looking for high speed, low drag. I'm looking for things that are not going to consume all of my time, but I can get the greatest return from my time. And I like to be an early adopter. I've made a great living over the last 13 years in the network marketing industry, getting involved with companies at the beginning stages and helping those companies shape the culture of those companies. And that's essentially what we're doing here. Now, how many of you have heard Aesop's fable of the goose that laid the golden egg? So there's a farmer, and he has this goose, and it lays an egg every single day, a golden egg. And so he's starting to get wealthy, and he thinks, well, you know what? Man, I'm only getting one a day. I wonder if we just killed the goose, opened it up, I could get all of these eggs, and I wouldn't have to wait. Well, of course, he killed the goose, and then we all know the rest of the story. My question to you is that, which one was more valuable? Is the golden goose, or is the golden egg more valuable, or is the goose more valuable? We're going to come back to that in just a second, but I want to go over and talk to you about what crypto mining is. Cryptocurrency mining. So first of all, when I heard this the first time, I'm thinking mining, like guys that are have flashlights on their head that are going into, big caves. No, it's nothing like that at all. And then as I started to read a little bit about it, I got to tell you that I was confused. This idea of that there's this sophisticated software and, equipment, computers that are going in and solving these algorithms and being rewarded with cryptocurrency for doing so. I remember reading that and thinking, okay, I just read this 3 times and I still don't understand it. So cryptocurrency is the act of participating in a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency network to solve complex mathematical sequences or problems digitally. And cryptocurrency mining includes 2 key functions. First of all, adding, securing, and verifying transactions to the blockchain. And every time that happens, you get rewarded. And then, of course, releasing or producing new currency. So in short, crypto mining is the goose. Crypto mining is the goose. So I want to introduce you to our mining machines. Somebody joked around and said, man, I love being in a business where we promote machines that print money. Now, they don't print money per se, but let me explain to you how it works. So first of all, what coins do our machines mine? Where our coins are mining currently Ethereum Classic, Dash, Monero, but any additional coins can be added at any time. And what's neat about crypto is we actually use a proprietary algorithm to determine the most profitable cryptocurrencies to mine at any given time. So you could go buy mining equipment. It's expensive, and then you have to figure out how to power it, which requires a great deal of power. And then from there, you'd have to know where to point it. And then if there's fluctuations that are happening. And so we have an algorithm that's analyzing the hash rates and the difficulty of all of these different coins and honing in at which coins are performing optimally. So it allows you to minimize your risk. It reduces some of the risk associated with mining cryptocurrency. And at the same time, we've got a number of different options that are available. So let me give you some examples. So first of all, somebody says to me the other day, well, look, where do I start? I just wanted to throw a few $100s into cryptocurrency. What would you do? And I says, well, if it were me, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't give a financial advice, but if it were me personally, what I would do is I'd probably just go, look at the top 5 performing coin and wait until there's a dip, which, right now everything's on sale. And I'd probably just spread it out among those coin, and that would at least get your feet wet. But if you have $500 or more, I personally would go into the mining, because it just makes sense. We have different mining agreements that start off at $500. They're 1,200-day mining contracts, so you're essentially leasing equipment for 1,200 days that's doing mining for you. And every single day, you're getting deposits into your coin wallet. So we don't ever touch your money. Very important that you understand that we are just facilitating. The mining company is fulfilling the lease contract. And you have a contract directly with the mining company, and every single day they're depositing coin into your wallet. So there's a number of different packages that are available. We've got a $500 option, a $1,000 option, $2,500 option. We have a $5,000 option, and they go up from there. The 5,000 is by far the most popular because it has the highest hash rates, and you get a full rack. And so, you're essentially leasing the equipment and the logistics. Let's talk a little bit about that. There's a one-time $99 setup fee. After the lease contracts are executed, the mining begins within 7 to 10 days. We've actually had people that have set up their mining and within 24 hours, because if they purchased it with Bitcoin, it started right away for them. So they literally the next day they started getting deposits into their coin wallet every single day. The mining returns are paid in Ethereum directly to your digital wallet. So your wallet must accept Ethereum. There's a number of different wallets out there, of course, that you can choose from. It's your wallet. We don't have anything to do with it. And the crypto contracts are currently only available for purchase with Bitcoin and or with a bank wire. So let me explain to you in simple terms why mining. If I were to go buy $5,000 worth of Ethereum today, based on today's prices, I'd end up with somewhere right at around 7 Ethereum. If I were to mine Ethereum for 1,200 days, based on our current hash rates today, I'd end up with 22 Ethereum. I like mining because it gives me the ability to be able to get more bang for my buck, but also, even if Ethereum didn't go up in value, let's say that it stayed exactly where it is today in price points, I still win, and I'm still getting in where I have enough wiggle room, even if it goes down, that I'm still okay. Now, look, anything can happen, right? It's cryptocurrency. It's new. It's volatile. Yes, it is volatile right now. I don't recommend that you go, mortgage your house or go take out a huge loan to get involved. I would not put all of your money into this. But at the same time, the risk versus the reward, what's exciting is the potential right now with what's happening in cryptocurrency. And because there are some exciting possibilities that can take place here, that's why people are getting involved. And so for me, I love mining. I think it's a great place to be, and this is where we're at. So there are concierge VIP services available here that start out at $25,000. So we have people that, we were talking to somebody the other day that was looking at putting 6 figures in, and we have one in particular that's looking at putting over $1 million into the mining right now. So there are some different options. We have a concierge service available at $25,000. So let the person that recommended you or to this presentation know if that's something that you're interested in. So we also have an education platform. And this is important because there's so many people that are wanting to learn about cryptocurrency, and there's just really nowhere. I mean, you could start by just reading online, but it's really confusing. And so we have a product called Crypto One, and it gives you the edge. In fact, I think they just changed the name on me. I've got to change the slide to Crypto Edge. And essentially what it is it's $99 a month, and it's providing you with foundational education through daily webinars where you can learn from professional traders. In the future, you will also see we're beta testing right now some trading bots with proven track records for success. You can even set your account up so that it mirrors these professional traders to do what they do, which is probably what I'll do because they'll do a lot better than I can. And again, we never have access to your money. So this is the foundational product on the network marketing side as well. And it's pretty simple. You basically watch an overview about crypto mining. You purchase your crypto agreement, you add your Ethereum wallet so we know where to pay you, and you're off and running. I was looking through the internet, I was looking for different quotes from thought leaders, and there was no shortage of them. John McAfee, who started, of course, the McAfee virus scan and all of the McAfee software, recently said that you can't stop crypto. It will be everywhere, and the world will have to just readjust. My personal philosophy when it comes to business, and this has served me extremely well over the years, is if you can just figure out where people are going and get there faster, there's a tremendous income potential there. And that's exactly what we see right now as an opportunity to not only put your money to work for you, but an opportunity to capitalize on what's happening right now in the cryptocurrency markets. And so at this point, here's what I'd like to do. I know some of you that are here, and it's funny because I've had so many friends, that have said to me, Travis, look, if there's a way that I can just put money into one of your, the network marketing companies you're building and not have to go recruit someone and not have to go sponsor someone, call me. We teach in network marketing that the numbers are about 1 in 10. So for every 10 people you talk to, one person's going to be interested. But what about having a program that appeals to the other 90% too? Because I have so many of my friends that are coming here saying, look, I'm so excited that I don't have to go recruit people to make money, that I can just put my money to work for me. But at the same time, there is a network marketing side to this as well, where there is a tremendous residual income opportunity. And what's so exciting is right now, I mentioned to you earlier that some of the most prolific network marketers in the world have come together to relaunch this company. And next month, we're officially relaunching it. And so we are right now, you have an opportunity to get involved in this company. And I can tell you that over the next couple of months, this will be the biggest story in network marketing. And I can say that because I just know the people that are involved. So for those of you that want to understand the residual sides of this business, I'm going to invite you to stick around with me. We're going to take about a 90-second break. I'm going to go fill up my water glass. But I want to give those of you that have no interest in recruiting or building a team an opportunity to say goodbye. And I'm going to invite you to get back to the person that invited you here. And they'll explain to you how you can get started on our crypto education platform and start learning. Or they can explain to you how to get started on the mining. I would recommend that if you're going to be on the mining, you really should be on the education, because they're going to be educating you about what's happening in the mining and all other aspects of the cryptocurrency world. And there's nothing, it's important to educate yourself, especially with where the digital currency markets are going. So with that, we're going to take about a 90-second break. For those of you that want to come back, I'm going to switch over here to the whiteboard, and I'm going to show you the exciting opportunity that goes along with this. So we'll be right back with you. All right. Now I can see all your faces. Before, all I could see is the presentation. So doesn't look like we lost too many people here. So we're going to go ahead and get into the network marketing side and the opportunity that goes along with this. So first of all, I want to start by just talking about a wealth building principle that I believe in. I was taught this. If you were to go talk to any financial expert, this is what they'll tell you when it comes to wealth building. So first of all, my wealth building strategy, wealth to me is being able to do the things that you want to do rather than the things that you have to do. It's about creating amazing life experiences with the people that I love and care about most. The problem with most people is that they're used to linear income, right? So linear income is when you work, you're trading your time for dollars. But the problem is that there's only so many hours in the day. So it's hard to get ahead. So when it comes to wealth building, what they teach is that you need to go acquire IPAs. IPAs are income producing assets. So this could be an MLM business, right? Great way to build residual income. It could be a real estate business or acquiring real estate. It could be a number of different things. But what happens is as they start to produce income, the idea is you take that income and you go acquire what? More income producing assets. And eventually over time, you continue to get to a point where you've got enough residual income coming in that you now own your own time. You now own your own lifestyle. You are able to declare your financial freedom day. Your financial freedom day is the day that you no longer have to trade time for dollars. You can do the things that you want to do rather than the things that you have to do. So what I'm going to introduce you to is what I believe is one of the most powerful income producing assets that is available today. And the reason why I say that is because cryptocurrency, you guys, It is just hot. Everybody is talking about it. It's the talk of the town. Everybody wants to get involved with it. And because in the world of network marketing, at this stage, there really is no place that you can go, especially in North America, and get involved in cryptocurrency legally and ethically. We've seen companies like USI Tech and BitConnect, and these companies get shut down because 99% of the companies are operating in the gray area at best, which gives us a huge opportunity to come in and do this the right way. So as I mentioned to you before, we are in the process of relaunching, rebranding this company. Now, what does a rebrand mean? We use the term rebrand because it's one thing just to change the name of a company. You know, about 4 years ago, the same team of people, my business partners, we came together and we actually rebranded a company called Monavie. Some of you might remember that company. And we turned it into a new company, and that company eventually was sold. But when we launched the new company, it no longer had the same name, didn't have the same back office. We didn't have the same old products that they used to have. We had a new field leadership team. Everything was different. And what you're seeing right now is the transition from wealth generators to Kuvera. And I'll tell you guys this, most people, they've never heard of Kuvera. The only reason that you guys even know that name, because it hasn't even been publicly announced, is because we're involved in the rebrand. So that's where we're at right now. So again, I've learned long ago that if you can position yourself in the beginning stages with a company that has all of the signs of becoming one of the biggest giants in the industry, there's a tremendous amount of money that can be made. That is exactly where we are right now. So already heard that we've got a couple of different products that are available. The first product that's available is called Crypto Edge. Gives you the edge, right? Crypto Edge. And it's a $99 product. And it eventually will have a kind of a next tier that goes up a little bit higher that gives you some of the additional tools, some of the trading bots and things that we've been talking about. And so that's one option. Now, every single company has a duplication system or a strategy that if you just duplicate this strategy over and over again, it will lead to exponential growth. So first of all, number one, every single person that chooses to be a distributor comes in and they pay a $50 annual fee. So if you wanted to secure your position today, tonight, right now, during this pre-launch, which is a great time to do it, you would get back to the person that invited you here, and you would have them send you their link, and you would spend $50. You would go into the back office, and you would select Upgrade to Distributor. From there, you would decide what you want to do. So you can get involved in the Crypto One or the Crypto Edge product. For those of you that are in the business already, you can now log into your back office, and I recommend that you do this and get set up on the Crypto Edge. And then, of course, you also can set up your mining if that's something that you decide to do. I think it's a good option, especially if you're going to build a business here, simply because there's nothing more powerful than just saying, look, I've recently got involved in mining. You've got to take a look at this, and showing them the proof, just show them the deposits that are happening every day. So pick your mining package. So from here's what we have. We're going to just base this off of everyone being on the $99 product. Okay, so $99 is, and I believe it's 60 in sales volume. So every single person, here's what we do. We teach that you come in, you start off at $50 to get your distributor set up if you want to be a distributor. And then from there, you get set up on the Crypto Edge product. That's kind of like your foundational product. And then the goal is to go find 3 people. Why do you do that? Because once you do that, yours is free. Okay, you no longer have to pay for your product anymore once you've referred 3 people to the company. So the first step is just get your product for free. You don't have to look very far, you guys. I put up a post on my social media the other day that just said, hey, look, I just got off of a webinar where I was learning about cryptocurrency and different ways that people are making money and some resources that I'm now using to educate myself. If anybody wants a copy of that presentation, just let me know. I had over 200 people request the copy of that presentation. It's because it's hot. So you go find 3 people and yours is free. From that point forward, here's what happens. You teach them just to do the same thing, right? Remember we talked about simplicity earlier. You teach them to go do the same thing. Once you've done this and you get to a point where you have a total of 1,300 in sales volume, you've now hit the 500 club. The 500 club means that you're now earning $500 per month residually. I want you to think about this for a moment. So $500 per month, that is a total of $6,000 a year. The average household income, combined household income in the United States is approximately $50,000 a year, maybe a little more, about $54,000. So do you think that an extra $6,000 a year would make a difference to the average household? Of course it would. It's a difference of a house payment. It's a difference of paying down some debt. It's a difference of, just maybe having a little bit of breathing room or peace of mind when you go to sleep at night. So $6,000 a year. So I looked up what is a residual income worth? Like, how do I determine what my residual income is worth? The average residual income is worth 10 to 20 times, 10 to 20 times your annual residual income. So let's take conservatively, it's worth 10 times. That means that I have already built an income producing asset with a value of $60,000. By doing what? Getting started for $50. I came in and I got started on my crypto edge and I set up my mining contract if I wanted to. And then I went out and found 3 people and taught them to do the same thing. And I've already built a $60,000 income producing asset. Now let's keep going. So what happens is as these things start to grow, we know here's how they look. So, you know, you've got 3 on your first level, 9 on your second level. So you have 27 on your third level. And, you know, I'm not really that great at math. So what is that? 20, 40, 60 was that 81 on your third level. And it starts to go, what is it, like 250 or so on your fourth level. And it just keeps going down from there. What happens is it starts to look like this. You start to get, this person gets 1, this person gets his 3, this person goes and gets their 3, and then they keep adding more people below, and it starts to grow, and this person gets their 3, and it starts to take off, and you start to build an organization. We've been doing this, what is this? Today is the 7th, so 7 days. We just launched our team on the 1st. We've got well over 100 people in the organization. We've already launched in Hong Kong. We've launched in the UK. We've launched in Australia, Canada. Am I missing anywhere, guys? We've launched already in the matter of 7 days. This is starting to spread outward. Why? Because people are just letting people know, look, I've got some exciting things happening in the cryptocurrency market. Come take a look. So it starts to grow. And all of these people are on the foundational product. Okay, so let's say that they're on the 60 a month, 60 in sales volume, 60 in sales volume from every one of these people. Well, what happens is the company is going to add up all of the volume. You get paid on what's called SV, sales volume. So all of the volume in your organization, and it's not just based on the people that are on the education product, but it's also on the mining. So every single person that comes in and buys a $500 mining contract, you get 100 in sales volume. Every person that buys $1,000 in mining contract, you get 200 in sales volume. Every person that comes in and buys a $2,500 mining contract, you get 400 in sales volume. Everybody comes in and buys a $5,000 mining contract, you get 600 in sales volume, and it goes up from there. So here's what I've observed. What I've observed is it's easier to get someone that wants to do a $5,000 mining contract than it is to get somebody to spend $500 to join your network marketing business. Am I right? Sean, am I right? Like, Ian, am I right? I don't know how to explain it. It's just people are excited to put their money to work for them. And so because of that, what's happening in our organization anyways is that we're seeing, you know, like Sean just did a $5,000 mining contract, 600 in sales volume. Ian does a $5,000 mining contract, 600 in sales volume. You know, somebody else, Tommy, I'm just saying names, comes in and does, let's say he does a $2,500 contract. There's 400 in sales volume. What happens is all of this volume gets added up at the end of the month, and based on where your volume is, they're going to give you a check. And here's what that check looks like. So first of all, we know that when you hit 1,300 in sales volume, you make $500 per month. We know that when you hit 10,000 in sales volume, you are now going to get a check for $2,000 per month. That's $24,000 a year. Multiply that times 10. That's $250,000 income producing asset for hitting 10,000. Guys, that's not a lot of mining contracts when you're getting 600 in sales volume for every mining contract in your organization. So now you go to 25,000. Well, 25,000, they're going to pay you 4,500. Okay, so that's a $54,000 a year, $540,000 income producing asset that you have created because your organization is producing $25,000 a month in volume. Then it goes up to 50,000. 50,000 from there, you're now making $9,000 a month. You have now created a 6-figure income, and get this, you've built a $1 million income producing asset. So my question, Diane, let me ask you. You can shake your head yes or no, Diane. So if it took you a year to build a $1 million asset, would it be worth it? If it took a year? Yeah? Okay. What if it took you 2 years before, but you now had a $1 million asset valued at $1 million? Would it be worth it? How much time do you think that it would take? I would ask all of you, and you don't have to answer, just think about this in your question. How much time would it take you to save $1 million? Most people never will. So let's keep going. 100,000 in volume. creates a $15,000 residual income. That's $180,000 per year. You know, $200,000 to get you to $25,000 a month. That's $300,000 a year. You're in the top, whatever, what is it, 1% to 2% of earners out there. That's what Ian wants. That's what he's going after. He's going there. So, but here's my point. My point is when you take a product like cryptocurrency, it's so hot, and you're a complete blue ocean. Does everybody understand the concept of blue ocean? There's a book called Blue Ocean Strategy I'm fond of. Blue ocean is, you know, first of all, you have a red ocean, which is a fiercely competitive market. Everybody's fighting over the same market share, right? So in the network marketing world, for example, it'd be like protein powder. Everybody has the best protein powder in the world. Not saying that there's not some good companies out there with good products. I take them. Summer takes them. We love network marketing. But there's a lot of them. You know, skin cream, vitamins, those things. But here's what I will tell you. There's nobody in network marketing that's doing this. There's no one doing this. We're the only publicly traded company in North America that offers legal and ethical solutions to mining equipment and education at the same time. Now, there's some education companies out there, they're doing it right, but they don't have the mining, and they won't have the mining because they can't get it. They tried to figure it out, but the barrier of entry is too difficult. So that's what's so exciting, and there's so many people that are wanting to play in this space right now, and you guys are here at the very beginning. So again, let's go ahead and take it a step further. Now, I want you to stick with me here, and I really want you to try and I want you to understand this because this is so exciting if you truly get this. So we have something called the maximizer. And the maximizer, what it is let's say that, you know, we mentioned earlier that if I did a $5,000 mining contract, that $5,000 mining contract it would produce, based on today's hash rates, 22 coin, okay? If I were to go spend $5,000 today, I'd only get 7 coin. But what if I decided to take, out of the 3 years, the 1,200 days, what if I took 1 year, just 1 year of the money that came back and I put it back into additional business mining contracts? So every time, so I'll give you an example. So let's say that based on today's hash rates, I'm getting about $35 a day deposited into my coin wallet, okay? So that's approximately $1,100. Now, this is not a guarantee. This is based on today's hash rates. That could change any time, but this is, you know, just kind of giving you an idea. So $1,100. So at the end of a month, let's say that I decided, you know what, I'll go ahead, instead of putting that money, and by the way, this is your money. You can transfer to dollars anytime. You can do whatever you want with it. But let's say that you decided to take advantage of this maximizer program. What would happen is as soon as your account gets to 1,000, boom, it goes and sets up another $1,000 mining contract, okay? So by the end of the first year, you would have now 12 of these mining contracts in place based on the current today's hash rates. Okay, so 12. So now what's happening is you've got, you know, 12 times 35 is what? Now you're almost $400 a day, right? But here's what happens. If I continue to take advantage of the maximizer program and I continue, first of all, what's happening to your organization? Let's say that Sean decided to do the maximizer program. And this is Sean. Remember, he came in, there's 400 in sales volume. He's on his $99 a month product, so there's 60 in sales volume coming in there, okay? But let's watch what happens. So next month, Sean buys another mining contract for $1,000. So what is that worth? That's worth 200 in sales volume, plus the 60 in sales volume from his product that he's ordering. So there's another 260 in sales volume from Sean. Well, he continues to do this monthly, okay? So first of all, if you've got that high of a sales volume, most companies have a $50 in sales volume, 100 in sales volume. But here's what happens. Over time, Sean's starting to make more money, because he's got more mining equipment that's happening. So he's got a compound effect that's taking place. But if he's using the maximizer program, which a lot of people are, because a lot of people are looking at this as a little bit more of a long-term play, what happens is pretty soon his volume goes up to 350 and 450. And within a couple of years, Sean gets to a point where he's doing enough, where he's buying enough mining equipment where you have about 1,000 a month in sales volume coming in just from Sean. Well, let's take this, and let's say that 20% of your organization is doing the maximizer. Add that up on an entire organization, and what's happening is you actually have a compound effect that's growing in your downline. It's the ultimate residual income, because these are 1,200-day mining contracts, and every time that they renew, think about it. If you renew a year in, you're adding an additional 1,200 days, so now you're going out another year. So what's happening is it's the first comp plan that I've ever seen where you actually have a compound effect where as time goes on, the residual gets bigger and bigger. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys are getting that, because this is a huge deal. Now, let's take it one step further. There's something that they introduced recently that's just blowing my mind. It's keeping me up at night. Okay, I'm going to make you a promise right now. If you continue to look at this and the numbers here, it will give you a permanent case of insomnia. I promise you. So here's what they came out with. So I just showed you the team bonuses and the potential there. What I want to show you now is what's called the coded bonus and the fast bonus, the fast start bonus, okay? So these are two more ways that you get paid. So the fast bonus works like this. Anybody that gets started on the $50 has the ability to start generating income. So if I bring in, and I'm going to use $5,000 mining contracts because they're the most popular and because the numbers are easy. So if anybody gets started on $50 and they bring in a $5,000 mining contract, they're going to make $300. Okay, it's 6%. Now, if once they get to 4K in total team volume, this means your entire team. So what is that? You're looking at about 7 contracts. Is that right? 7? 8? Thank you, guy. I can't see. You don't even have to be that smart to make money in this, right? So 8 mining contracts on your entire team, you get to 4K. So once you get to 4K, what happens is you go up to 9%, which is now $450 on every single one of these. But here's where it gets exciting. So this coded bonus works like this. Okay, I'm going to draw 3 lines, and I'm going to draw them straight down just because I want you to get the visual on this. Okay, this is kind of how it grows. Starts to go down. Now, this guy goes out and gets his 3, so then there's a new line there, and it starts to go down. And, every time you get another person, it starts to go out, and you get the idea, okay? Well, when you first come in, you're getting paid $300. But once you hit this 4K, you're now coded as a 4K in the system, which means everybody in your organization that's a distributor, they get paid $300. But that extra $150 now rolls up to you. It's not just on your personals. It's on your organization. So let me put it in a different way. In 7 days, our team has grown to well over $100 people. So if I'm a 4K, every single time that somebody sells a mining contract, which we've already sold, 20, 30 mining contracts that have already been executed in the last few days, every single time that happens, $150, if it was a $500 contract, it's different depending on the contract, rolls up to me through my entire organization. And it doesn't stop. It's through infinity. The only time it would stop is if somebody in the structure becomes a 4K. Because once they become a 4K, everybody below them is now rolling up to them. But let's take it a step further. So now the next level is a 50K. A 50K, once you hit 50K in your organization, now instead of $150 rolling up, $300 rolls up to you. So imagine having an organization. I have other network marketing businesses. My largest network marketing business had about 50,000 people around the world. Okay? Imagine every time. Now mind you, it's not going to be everyone because there's going to be some 4Ks in there and 50Ks in there, so they would block some of that one. But let's say that a large majority of that volume, every time somewhere in the world somebody makes a sale on a mining contract, $150 or $300 rolls up to you. Guys, this is a huge deal. If you truly understand this, the reason why they did this coded bonus is because they wanted to be able to allow people to go out and start sharing this mining equipment solutions and be able to get to a full-time income really quickly. You can do it with this. And then so you've got fast start bonuses, you've got a coded bonus, and then of course you have the team commissions on top of that. Guys, this is an unbelievable compensation plan. It's one of the highest paying compensation plans that I've ever seen, if not the highest paying out comp plan I've ever seen. So I had to actually ask them, can you guys do this? Like, can you really do this? And they can, because they don't have manufacturing costs of goods and all the products they have to ship around the world and all those things. So, let me kind of bring this in closing. I'll just say this. For those of you that are on the team, guys, you need to get here. Like, you got to get to 4K this month. You'll be so disappointed if you don't hit 4K by the end of this month. 4K, that's in your entire team. That's including all of the people in your organization that get started on the Crypto Edge product, which, by the way, all of you should go set up, and all of the mining contracts that happen. It's not hard to build a team here, you guys. In fact, it's one of the easiest things that I've ever done. I hate to use the word easy because business is hard. You have to do the work. So easy is kind of a misleading word. But the process is simple. All I'm doing right now is I'm just talking to people and I'm asking the same question over and over again. And all it is, listen, you currently making any money in crypto? You making any money in crypto? And I'm asking this question a number of ways. I'm doing it in person. Okay, I'm doing it over text messaging to my friends and colleagues, and I'm doing it on Facebook Messenger, just talking to people that I have relationships with. And I'm just asking, hey, listen, you currently doing anything in the cryptocurrency market? You making any money? And almost, I'd say 90% of the time, people say, you know what? No, just kind of watching, I want to start learning more, would like to start getting more involved. And I just ask them another question. Are you open to making money right now in the crypto markets? Now, here's the thing, you guys. I've never had somebody come back to me and say, nah, you know what? Thanks for asking, Travis. I'm making so much money, I can't afford to spend it all. But thanks for asking. Never had that problem before. So they say yes. I say, cool. Well, listen, I'd love to send you a 4-minute video that it talks a little bit about a mining strategy that I'm using. Sean, you open to watching it? Sean says, sure, send it over. So I send a little 4-minute mining video. Now, why do I do that first? Because I know that it's going to be hard to get someone that is not yet fully interested in watching a full overview at this point. Now, if they're really excited and they're like, yeah, I want to learn more, tell me all about it, they're really engaged, I send them directly to the presentation that you're watching right now. We have plenty of these recorded. We do these every single night. But if it's somebody that's new, I just send them the 4-minute video. Now, some of you are going to ask me, I know, where do I get the 4-minute video, right? I know, Diane, I know that's what you were thinking, right? Do you know where it is? So the 4-minute video, you just go search. It's on the front page of our website, or you can also go into Vimeo, and you can just search up wealth generators and you can find the 4-minute video. And so I send that. And then you know what I do? I follow up, and here's what I say to them. I just say, listen, what'd you like best? Or did you watch it? So first I start off by saying, did you watch it? And they say, yeah, I watched it. I say, cool, what did you like best? They said, you know what? It seems interesting. I want to learn more. I say, cool, listen, there is a private webinar that's happening tonight where my friends and business partners are going to be doing a little bit of an education seminar about cryptocurrency. They're going to be talking about some different ways that you can make money, and they're also going to be talking about mining. If I sent you the information, would you watch it? Let me know what you think. They say, yeah, absolutely. So what do? I invite them to the presentation, and I let the tools do the work for me. So I'm not even the one explaining it. So if you're sitting there going, I don't even know that much about crypto, how am I going to build this business? You send a 4-minute mining video, and then you invite them to the presentation. That's it. Just do wash, rinse, repeat over and over again. So all I'm doing is, hey, Ian, are you making any money in crypto? Well, I've been dabbling, just watching it a little bit. Well, listen, are you open to making money in crypto? Yeah, I'm open. Okay, cool. Listen, I'd love to send you a 4-minute video about a mining strategy that I'm using that I'm super excited about. Would love to get your opinion on it. Ian says, yeah, I'll watch it. Cool. So I send him the 4-minute video. A day later, I follow up. Hey, did you watch it? He says, yeah, I watched it. I say, cool. What'd you like best? Well, I've got some questions. You know what? Cool. Let me tell you what's going on tonight. Guys, that's it. And because it's so hot and people are interested in making money, especially when they know they don't have to go build a team, you've got the only program that I've ever been a part of in network marketing. In traditional network marketing, the number is 1 in 10. But what if you had a program that doesn't just appeal to the 1 in the 10, but what about the other 90%? Because the other 90% are still looking for ways to generate income. If you guys understand that and understand what we have in our hands, you'll understand the opportunity that is before us right now. So in closing, I'll just say this. It's a complete land grab right now. No one's heard of Kuvera. You guys are the first, I promise you, in your city, in your town. No one knows about this. This will be the hottest deal in network marketing this year. Mark my words. I've talked to more $1 million earners in the last 7 days than I have in probably 13 years. The people that are getting involved, quietly, some of them at this point, are some of the biggest names in network marketing. This is going to be huge. The question is what are you going to do with it? How many times have you said, if I would have just been there when they were just forming the company, if I would have just been on the inner circle, if I just, listen, you're getting it. This is your opportunity right here. So you just have to decide what you're going to do with it. And for those of you that are not in yet, I'm telling you, go spend $50, get your spot, and at the very least, just start learning about crypto education. You'll be ahead of 99% of the competition. And for the rest of you, if you haven't set up your mining, get your mining set up. There's nothing more powerful, I'm telling you, than getting on a Zoom and just saying, listen, let me show you. It works. There's nothing more powerful, whether it's 5, just pick a pack, whatever level, and get your mining started so that you can start showing that it works. Lead by example, be a product of the product. So with that, guys, I want to say thank you very much. My time is up. You guys have an absolutely wonderful evening, and we will. This is my little guy right here. He's been hanging out with me. He watches my presentations. He's in training. We start him young in this household, right? So you want to say bye to everybody?
Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. You guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Listen, let's go out and triple the amount of people that are on this presentation tomorrow night. Go get 3 people and just say, look, you got to hear what's happening. Bring them back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye, guys. Take care.